so. I hope so. And guys, we're going to throw it to the votes as well. So what you guys can do, we haven't done this for a little while, so I'll explain this, is you guys can vote for who you want to see winning this series here today. All you have to do is type in the chat. In your message, if you include hashtag Zest or hashtag Losira, it will count into the vote. So get on that right away. Let us know if you're cheering on the Zerg. In the top left-hand side of the map, opening free hatch into gas, into pool. Our red Zerg player, hashtag Losira in the chat. If you want to see him moving on through to the semi-finals. But man, he's not going to have an easy job. Because to the bottom right-hand side, our pink Protoss player, some say he is the best. Can he stand up to the test? He's better than all the rest. It's Zest. I couldn't resist doing some cringy shit. Hashtag Zest in the chat if you want to see Zest coming through. You don't have to do just hashtag Zest or whatever. You can be like, I want, go, hashtag Zest. That will count as well. As long as hashtag Zest or hashtag Losira is in there as its own word with the hashtag in front of it, it will be added to the poll. Obviously, you want a 90-second delay, so your votes will take 90 seconds or so to show up on screen. Man, I nearly said it again. I was nearly like, whoa, dropper lords, let's go. It's actually just overlords and a few zerglings on the way out here early. There's that early build lord as well, an oracle on the way out from Zest. An oracle on the way out from Zest. And this here is just the first few zerglings to help deal with a couple of adepts which are out so far. Now you're going to get pushed away fairly easily. Warp gate on the way up, and again, Chrono Boost being spent on the oracle wants to get that out sooner rather than later. Obviously, the sooner he gets the oracle out, the more damage it can do, and it's one of the things that's been causing a lot of issues in the PvT matchup lately, the speed at which you can get an oracle out, early units in general, etc, etc. Do you have to sign up for Matcherino? Asks Phil in the chat. Nope, you can sign in for Matcherino via Twitch, Twitter, or Google+. So you don't actually have to sign up per se. You just sign in with one of your pre-existing accounts on one of those services. Completely trustworthy site, etc. I'll give you my word, we've been using Matcherino for a long time. A lot of people use Matcherino, so it's very, very trustworthy. What's up, Rick? 13311 coming in with the $5 sub. How are you doing? Thank you so much for subscribing. Do appreciate it. Here's some Wardy hearts in the chat, please. Welcome back, I believe. You're a sub before, right? Your name feels way too familiar for it not to be a sub in the past. Thank you so much for the sub. Do appreciate it. I see some Wardy hearts in the chat. 4 subs away from today's goal, guys. Our goal today is to get 200 subs because I was so amazed that we came back from our couple weeks away. I was so amazed that we came back from a couple weeks away with almost 200 subs that I'm just like, let's not waste any time. Let's just get in there and just, let's just hit 200 again. So 4 to go. We got sub gifting as well. If you're feeling kind, you see someone in the chat who just needs a Wardy sub, maybe you could help them out. I think Port is around the chat. He gave away our first ever sub gift on the channel ever yesterday. Such a kind little thing. It's kind of, some people have been trolling as well. I woke up today, I have no notifications. Someone subscribed me to a villa. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it. Hashtag not clean. I saw Rifkin was subscribing day 9 in the StarCraft Twitch channel to Nathanias, which was pretty funny as well. There's been some good memes from it so far. Anyways, onto this game. We do see Storm coming in very early in the game, I have to say. A very early Storm, yeah. It's interesting. He's not gone for the kind of the typical Archon drops. He's instead gone for when I find the Warp Prism. He's going to go for Storm drops here, so Zest is really going to go for something a little bit different to what you might expect to see here in these early stages. We do see this Warp Prism coming up to the top side. Now 6 Roaches all coming on up. I mean, obviously they're very good to help deal with the, the Archons that will come in afterwards. How much damage can this Storm drop do? Well, let's find out. The first Storms are going to come down in a moment. High Templar have that auto attack now as well. I keep forgetting about it. Sadly, they're not really good enough to fight Lings, and one High Templar does indeed go down. So one High Templar picked off right away there. As that Immortal about halfway done and continue to come on up. Zest, a heavy favorite in the chat, by the way. 90% of the votes against Losira. Wow. You guys loving some Zest right now. I think that might be one of the most one-sided votes we've had that's had, like, a lot of votes. That's crazy. Thank you for voting, guys, and keep those votes coming in. We'll bring that screen back up later to see how the votes are looking. Do you see this prism sat up top? And do you just see this observer sat overhead as some lings, roaches, hydras regather themselves towards the natural expansion? It's in this kind of backdoor base. I don't know if it's even worth taking. There's like half a mineral patch, half a set of minerals there. I'm not sure how worth it is to actually take this base rather than just already expanding out to here, etc. Zest took it as well though, so obviously he feels as though it's worthwhile enough. I guess, I mean, for Protoss I can understand it because it's such a big, you know, you get the usual gas boost. Maybe you don't need the, minerals as much with certain builds, etc. But I guess the gas is nice. You basically get it for free. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not that bad. I guess you're only missing 4 mineral patches. Well, it's kind of bad, but yeah. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see if people take it as time goes by. We'll see if it's something everyone takes or if some people just completely bypass. Sub Shingding's coming in with the 11-month resub, almost at that 1 year, baby. Keep up the good work, Wardy. Well, thank you so much for the continued support, and we'll make sure to keep up all the good work. Thank you for the 11 months. Got some Wardy Hots in the chat once again. A few more segments going down, and again, hydras and roaches from Losira moving through the center of the map. Phoenix is patrolling down this bottom right-hand side, and again, units from Zest starting to move out in towards the center. It's not that many units here from our Zerg play, honestly. Like, really feels lackluster, and that's probably because half of his army is still back at home. Which brings the question of why is he engaging Losira? Like, what does he have to gain from trying to fight here right now without the rest of his army? Well, now he is bringing the rest of his army in, plus 2 missiles about to finish as well. Actually, even Zest is the one that needs to be very careful now. He can't really afford to take too large of a fight up here, as we're going to be seeing. Well, charge isn't finished, so a lot of his zealots are not going to be as effective as he'd like them to be. He's just going to recall away. Obviously, it takes a little while, though. Recall now on the Nexus. That's 130-second global cooldown. Costs 50 energy. You can recall to any Nexus, and the Nexus is shared on the global cooldown. But you stand kind of out there waiting for a little while before you get recalled, so you are left vulnerable. And that's exactly what happened to Zest just there, as we're going to see. Well, initial storm starting to come down and weaken up these hydras. Archon's starting to come forwards. Charge is still not done. Very late charge, considering how early in the game we had the Twilight Council for the storm. And obviously since then, we haven't really seen anything else come in terms of upgrades. So I'm not sure if Zest actually just straight up forgot charge here, because it sort of feels as though he was kind of relying on it to some extent. I mean, a few more zealots coming in, but again, without charge still, they're not going to be super effective as zealots keep on pushing forwards. Another storm. It's almost endless here. Is going to be seeing the zealots. Well, slowly but surely will waddle their way towards these hydras. A couple of mortals in the front doing their job as well. They find a roach, they'll be quite happy with that. Shield batteries here have been drained of energy in this defense. But Zest has indeed held on. All those storms have come to fruition for him, and of course now he'll have to warp in some more Templar to get storms back for the future once again. Obviously can't really fight without storms here against this many hydras. Look at the number of zealots on this side of the map though. What on earth? That's a lot of zealots, and they're going to charge right on in towards this base. A couple of hydras being chased down already. This queen doesn't really stand much of a chance. Drones actually get pulled in. Not sure what they're going to be able to do about it. Well, High Templar don't have storm yet, as Losira is still attacking himself. The zealots I went down to the low ground. They got picked off already. A couple of force fields coming down. Immortal fight, and they do indeed have the shield battery here, but it is pretty much drained of energy already. Just a little bit more time until those High Templar have storms. One base was killed off here by the Protoss player. Honestly, it puts him into a pretty good position, because it looks as though he's going to be holding on at the front with only losing what? I think he lost the Cyber Core and the Gateway? Yeah, Cyber Core and a Gateway or so. For Zest, that's very tradable, you know. He can rebuild that so easily, but losing this base, well, all of a sudden Losira's losing mining. He lost workers at the same time. It's not looking pretty moving forwards, as we're going to see these couple Archons coming back over to the right-hand side. It's going to sit on this third base, where a couple shield batteries are healing up a couple Archons and getting ready to go all over again. Pushing towards again, roaches and hydras. And start getting themselves into that concave. Big storm on the center of the Hydras though to begin with. I mean, what a way to open as we see the second storm is big as well. Zealots charging on in. Hydras are not getting a chance to do anything in this game as Zest, so far, is best. Game 1 goes his way. You can basically subscribe for free. Give that sub button a click, and if it says sub for free, you can use a Twitch Prime. We'll give it a nice little home for the month. You can be one of the Wardy family. And we'll love you very much. Subscribers do get replay packs. All the matches of today's, all the games of today will be going out in replay form. In the next couple of days, actually, we're going to be doing a new replay pack. Probably on Tuesday, just before I go away. But if you do subscribe today, you'll also get all of October's replays, which I guess aren't that useful because they're all pre-patch. Rip. But subs do get replay packs, and by the time your sub ends, you'll have gotten a lot of replays out of it. You'll get all of today's replays, everything from the Go for SC2 cast the other day. We'll be getting, what else are we casting? WardiTV weekly Season 3 Finals qualifiers. Those will be available those will be going live Saturday and Monday, so there's a lot of stuff. So, you guys can indeed, get all of that as a subscriber. How exciting! There's also the mythical sub tournament, which is going to be making a return in December. It's just we've been so busy every single time I try and set it up, it gets shut down by something else happening. Another event comes along. It is gonna happen. It is gonna happen. So a sub tournament coming up in the near future as well. We'll make it a good sub tournament. We'll make it a decent prize pool because you guys have waited so long for it. So that's coming up in the next month, I would say as well. Like I say, so much happening on the channel. So yeah, if you want to support, feel free. It goes a long way. It helps us stay active. It helps us keep on running these events. It helps me to stay on as a full-time StarCraft 2 caster, streamer, content producer. Or, if nothing else, hit that follow button and come watch us again in the future, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Watching some great StarCraft 2 together, enjoying some great games. Guys, you can still vote in the chat for hashtag Zest or hashtag Losira, based on who you're cheering for here today. Zest, I think, is currently holding the record for the most one-sided vote we've ever had on the system. Which is interesting, I have to say. I guess not too surprising. Usually these votes, I don't know, usually when we've been trying out these votes, like even if we get a lot of votes, a lot of people cheer for the underdog, etc. But yeah, Zest is apparently just the complete favorite right now. The complete favorite. Is this live? Asks a Manis40. Yes, we are live here today. It is 1:23 UK time on Friday, the 17th of November, 2017. If that date and time does not match you, then we're probably not live. Well, when I say match you, I mean as in, if it doesn't seem right, then it probably isn't right. But if you're watching this in the future, then obviously you're not live. If you're watching right now, you are live. Whoa. Liveception. Liveception. Phoenix on the way up to follow the Oracle. Where is the Oracle? There it is. Want to follow that across the map because that's where a lot of the interesting bits and pieces of the early stages of this game will be happening, of course. So follow this Oracle down towards bottom right hand side to see what it can get up to over the next couple of moments. Flying and probably grab a couple of drones or so. I think it has the chance. The Queen already doing some good damage, but it is only a Queen, and it's only one Queen as well. So that is going to be 3 drone kills. And Zest is then going to get out there. Up the right hand side, he'll maybe... No, okay. I was going to say maybe he'll fly through that Spore Crawler. I was like, nope, of course not. Zest is too good for that. And then just before I said he flies into it to try and grab that drone. Well, he didn't fly through it, right? He decided to go in to try and get the drone, but it didn't work out. Good reaction from Losira to pull that drone away, keeps it safe. He has a little bit more damage onto that Oracle, which is nice. Just a little bit lower in health. Makes maybe picking it off at a later stage a lot easier. Now this game off the Twilight Council is not going to be that fast storm for the storm drops we've seen previously. It is instead going to be the Resonating Glaives as his choice of tech here to start off this game. So Resonating Glaives to kick us off right now. Getting this rolling, getting this going. So you can see Zerglings out at the front, and Baneling Nest is about halfway done, and we're going to be seeing that lair starting from Losira too. His game plan right now, looking pretty straight ahead, pretty straightforward. His game plan to go in towards probably the Hydraling Bane here as his choice to play his style. Last game played those Roaches, with the Bane Nest coming down, already looking a little bit different. Of course, there's that Evo Chamber as well. A fairly late +1 melee, but +1 melee expected nonetheless. And as again, Glaive's finishing, and well, as Robo Facility and Forge comes up behind this, Zest will get those Adepts onto the map and start to see what he can get up to. As they come across, obviously, we're looking at Losira having enough units to be prepared for this. And right now, I have to say, he really doesn't. As he comes across over to the right-hand side, I mean, we're talking about 10 Adepts against 1 Zergling. Okay, 7 Banes are being produced. If those Banes don't hit correctly, well, this could be deadly. Or if they're just in the wrong place, I mean, this is already going to be a good few drones going down. That's what, 4 or 5 workers? Adepts will cancel their shade as the Banes are starting to get on top of them. A few Lings going down as they pop out of their eggs. I mean, this is just damage being dealt already by Zest because he's forcing Losira into so many units. Adepts will threaten to shade again. Again, it's just a cancel to keep them safe over here. And, well, I mean, Zest has done a fantastic job. This time your shade forwards will actually backing away. Just means that, again, he threatens the Zerg player, gets some info, and this time he's actually going to commit through. So here we go, Zest. Well, I'm going to be seeing Lings already getting caught up on that little bit of a choke point. Here we come. Baneling's coming forwards. Ooh, a little bit of a gap means a couple of Banes will begin to connect. Obviously, the more the Adepts split up, the better it is for the Zerglings. But the worse it is for the Banelings there, as we're going to see a couple of them get into the main base. Actually, I feel as though if he kept them all on the low ground, he would have killed all of these Zerglings, but it is what it is, and he does have these 2 to still play with, and a couple of Adepts are enough to one-shot workers here, so 2, 3 workers going down. He gets a 4th as he shades into the natural, gets 1 more. These Adepts, man, have done so much damage here. Not only did he force so many units rather than workers, but he killed so much as well. 9 Adepts go down for 18 drones, 33 Zerglings, a bunch of Banes. Great damage done. Obviously, a couple of these drones from the Oracle earlier on, but I don't think we can deny that the Adept attack has been a huge success here from Zest. Kind of as we expected. When you're moving across the map against only 8 Zerglings on the map, well, yeah, generally goes your way. A couple of shield batteries coming up, of course. One of the biggest changes about Protoss in the new patch is the fact that we don't have a mothership core any longer. We have the shield battery instead, but I have to say the shield battery has started to fit right in. It really does feel like just such a natural thing to have in the game. It feels great, and maybe it needs fine-tuning slightly. I'm not too sure, honestly. I don't really want to judge, but it feels pretty great. It feels a lot better than the mothership core. It already feels a lot more fun. It's just one of those things where obviously it has an effect on the game and it has an effect on the engagements, but it's not like a, oh my god, an overcharge, here we go, you know? It's so nice. You've seen a War Prism here being pushed around, as we're going to see Zerglings going over to the left hand side as well. A couple of gateways finishing up, and well, Ling's just seen where they can go, and Immortal pops out the front, and that's not a full wall off with that Zealot. One single Zerglin was apparently on a bit of a better diet than the others. He slipped on through. It's I'd say a nice scout, but there isn't really much to scout at this stage of the game. 8.5 minutes in a PvZ. I mean, there'd be something to scout if he wasn't going for High Templars and, you know, the norm, but this is pretty normal. I don't think Losira really gains that much information from the Ling getting through. It was a runby that was intended to deal economic damage. It didn't find economic damage, and so here we are. While Ling's up to the south side, I was expecting these to maybe come into Bane lanes, but actually he doesn't have the gas for that just yet. So you're going to see these Zerglings pushing forwards. Nice shield batteries with the cannon defense. Makes the Lings on their own not really do all too much. Nice stasis sword there. Catches a lot of those Zerglings right away. Wow, and with a single Stormer's second stasis, those Lings are all caught up, and it doesn't look as though they're going to be having such a great time at all. Every attempt Losira is currently making to deal some damage is being deflected rather easily. Hydras are going to rotate around to this third base rather than the initial attempt to break the fourth. You're going to see Lings coming out of the stasis. Get cleaned up pretty quick. Just needs to be careful these High Templar. We'll get the Storm off with one of them. Not a bad thing to morph him into an Archon. It's just obviously if you can get the Storm off first, you just get that little bit of extra value out of them as we see a Stalker going down. The Gateway has fallen. So they do have charge. Just looks as though it's on cooldown right now. So many Storms available on Small. It's very similar to that attack on Neon Violet Square, just it feels so much more comfortable here from Zest. And it's all because of that damage he did earlier as well. As you can just see, he has plenty, and as he pushes this back. I mean, Zealots keep on charging force. The Hydras are going to be picked away at here very easily. I mean, it's a very simple scenario. Zest has just got way too much right now, and we're going to be seeing GG from Losira. I was going to say any moment now, and well, there it is. GG from Losira right then and there. Zest takes game number 2.